Right. Most people don't know how to shadow box properly, okay? But before I get into that, check this out. So, I promise you that this is definitely related to the video. Check out this bird that I was able to carve, okay? Just out of wood. How cool is that? It's like the third bird that I was able to carve. It's kind of ugly, I can't lie. I messed up his beak. I like chopped it off. Anyways, so the reason why most people just don't know how to shadow box properly, okay? You're probably doing that as well. That's why I'm calling you a dumbass. Most people like to look very flashy. They like to think, oh, if I do this really quickly and then like practice my combos and I just visualize like a super like ADHD, super, I don't want to say, but it's like autistic, okay? You don't want to do that. The best way to shadow box, all right, is to treat it almost like it's a stone that you sharpen with, okay? It is not something where you're not trying to constantly fight someone, okay? You don't need to do that all the time. It is one factor. It's simply like a facet. But shadowboxing it should be a honing tool, okay? That's why when you shadowbox, you're meant to be doing it in front of a mirror so you can see yourself. You can see if you are doing the form correctly. Okay, I swear, this is one of the reasons why I was able to like win my fights, okay? Like very fortunately I was able to win my fights, but when I was like trying to warm up, I would see, you know, literally I was doing this like tournament, right? So then there was a bunch of other people warming up before their fights, and I saw that like they're doing their shadows and it's like super spazzy, like you don't need to do all of that, right? Sure, if you want to get your heart rate up, sure, okay? But if your goal is to improve, okay, not just like raise your heart rate, then it's not great, okay? It really isn't. Doing all of this, if you're doing in a fight, do you think you're going to win compared to the guy who's very calculated, who knows exactly what's going to come because he's seen it so many times in his head already? He's literally practiced movement slow, he's practiced it fast. All right, he's practiced variations. He can see the variations. He can see literally what he's already doing in his own head and how the outcome is even going to be. Okay? Who's going to win in that situation? The second person is obviously going to win. It's so obvious, okay? So why are you trying to be that kind of person who's super flashy? Literally, just be like, bum, and then you're coming in slow, okay? You're making sure you use it as a honing tool. Like, I cannot stress this point enough, all right? That's why I'm going to talk about this for a while, all right? Because if you want to be able to try to win like your first fight, even if you're not even doing like your combat, like if you, so I do Muay Thai, right? I'm assuming you do Muay Thai as well. That's why you stumbled upon the channel, or you're doing boxing, whatever, okay? But if you're doing like shadowboxing, okay, I'm assuming you want to take your sport seriously, okay? Most people, they just kind of shadowbox because it looks cool. They just want to post it onto Instagram, or they want to post it you know, to their families, show them like, oh, look what I'm doing, right? Like, yeah, sure, it looks cool, but like doing proper shadowboxing is going to make you a much better fighter. It just will, okay? Flashy stuff can come later. The fundamentals come first. When you build a house on top of sand, the house is going to collapse. It always needs like a strong foundation. Same to do with your shadowboxing, okay? Like another thing I've noticed during like shadowboxing, especially like when I was starting off with shadowboxing, it was very easy to become very lazy with your boxing. Like you might think like, oh, my hands can move so fast, but then you're fighting like, I'll sit to the side, you're fighting like this, like I shouldn't have done that. Like bring it up, bring your shoulder up to your chin, asshole, right? Like bro, I should not do that, but you know, bring it up to your chin. Don't be a dumbass, okay? Just cover it. You're making sure everything's tight, okay? Making sure everything's clean and traveling in a straight path, okay? You'd be very surprised how many mistakes you can catch just by doing something slow, okay? Like already just doing this, I notice, okay, this should be slightly higher. This should be tighter, okay? So many things. And then when you're fighting like this, when you're fighting very clean, okay, just doing it slow, you're gonna be able to do it faster. And then that's when you can bring in the visualization, okay? When you can get all that slow stuff down where you're making sure everything is done with perfect form, you can then imagine your opponent in front of you. You can imagine how their how their chin will feel against your knuckle after an uppercut, after a cross, how you'll maybe do like a check hook and then return with a cross and then maybe fake, okay? That comes after you've actually mastered the fundamentals. And I would say, like, for Muay Thai specifically, okay? I'm no master, but I've learned just from studying like the great Muay Thai fighters, like from the golden era, that Muay Thai and just a lot of combat sports in general, a lot of them just stem from like boxing, okay? Especially Muay Thai. Like the golden era, literally like all of them were just like very good at boxing or literally boxing champions, right? They were very, very good at boxing, okay? So everything stems from boxing. Making sure you have good hands is actually so, so important. Yeah? Hopefully, hopefully that makes sense. But basically, just make sure you're very, like, there's so much to cover. Basically, a lot of people don't even cover, like, blocking, okay? A lot of people, especially when they're starting off, they don't know how to block, okay? And this doesn't just stem from, like, obviously from, like, sparring, okay? To be able to block in sparring, you need to also be able to block without an enemy in front of you. Like, that should be that sounds stupid, but also it should sound kind of obvious to you, okay? If you can't block just like this on your own already, how do you think you're going to block when someone's already punching you as well? That's not going to fly. That doesn't work, okay? It's like saying, I was going to use an extremely violent analogy. It's like in a horror movie, like opening a door in like 5 seconds is easy until there's a killer behind you and you have to open the door in 5 seconds. It's that kind of situation. Like, can you open the door to begin with, first of all? Okay. But well, let's say you can't do it. Then imagine like a killer is after you and you can't open the door and now you're tested. It's the same idea. If you can't, like, make sure, like, when you are shadowboxing, obviously making sure you can do it slow and then make sure that you can actually still block, test out your different guards, okay? Check if you can parry, check if you can catch, and then work off of those as well. That's when visualization is even more important, okay? Shadowboxing with gloves can be helpful, but I would say when I shadowboxed, I really enjoyed imagining like the knuckle connection. So the knuckle connection against, like, they literally like their chin, or because it was a tournament setting, we had to have like these big helmets on. Like, the thing is, if you're going into a like a fight with the big helmets, I'm telling you this now, and I don't care what anyone else says about this, okay? But those helmets don't do a thing for reducing concussions. They don't, okay? The most they do is just stop cuts from happening. That's all, okay? They only stop cuts, and that's it. Like, your head still gets rocked. Like, there isn't much that the helmet's gonna do if you're gonna go boom, 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 boom. Damn, my neck is sore from training. I'd like clinch yesterday, and a bit, I tried to take a bit of a break from training because my body's still recovering, but my days, clench is hard. Anyways, you want to make sure whatever you want to focus on, try to have a very clear aim for it. Okay? For me, it was knuckle connection, making sure everything was very tight. Okay, when you're shadowboxing, you should have an objective. Okay, you shouldn't just throw things out just because you can. Okay, just to look cool. No, you're not just trying to look cool. You're trying to hone yourself. You're literally trying to become like the most lethal weapon you can be. Because when you step into that ring, all that you've done is to prepare for that moment. Okay, that person in front of you is basically trying to kill you. Okay, and there is a chance you could die. People have died in the ring before. So it's a very serious thing. Shadowboxing is one of the most important things you can do to prepare yourself for this moment. Okay, literally for this life and death moment. Your body, your mind might not be prepared for it unless you do shadowboxing. Shadowboxing will visualize this moment for you. For me as well, like not only did I visualize the knuckle connection, I did like, well, but this wasn't part of the shadowboxing. So this is kind of where I delve a little more into like a side tangent. But I did a lot of visualization work. It wasn't like with some hypnosis kind of guy, but it was where I would literally think into my head how the ring setup would look, how the arena would look, the temperature, the light. Like I imagined everything, like literally my hand wraps against my knuckle, how the glove fit tightly around my wrist. Okay, how the cotton the shin guard, although it was thin, it still wrapped around my foot, my leg really tightly, and how slippery it was in the ring. Okay, I imagined all those things, all to prepare myself to step into that ring. So my heart, my body was ready for that moment, because when you're in that ring, your adrenaline is just going to be sky high. Okay, your mind is going to be thinking a million things, but if you prepare yourself for that moment, easy sailings. Okay, like it's a lot easier after that. All right, you can tell if the other person is prepared for that kind of, if they prepare for this kind of thing as well. Okay, unless they've had like more experience than you, then yeah, sure, like they might seem more calm. That's because they've literally been there in that exact same spot more than you. But let's say you're both even. Okay, if you visualized this moment, like let's say once, twice, 3 times a day, okay, for like, let's say even for like 5 minutes, for example, you literally thought about it, like literally close your eyes and you thought about how the temperature might feel, how the Thai music would be so blaringly loud, how your corner would be like telling you stuff as you were trying to recover your breath. All those things, like, I cannot understate this. All those things really, really helped me. And I think it's going to help you as well. I know a lot of people, they don't really, again, they like to think that shadowboxing is super flashy. It is kind of flashy, to be fair. It looks really cool. You see professional fighters doing it really quick. You just assume, man, I want to be like that, so I should also do it quick. Yeah, they did. Honestly, they do it quick, kind of to show off somewhat. But that's also because like they're a world champion. Like they know how to throw a basic thing. Okay, they don't need to do it that slow anymore, but they'll still do it slow in their own free time. Okay, because no one's perfect. No one's perfect. Like if they were perfect, they wouldn't need a corner. Okay, Like, even think about, like, what do you call them? Olympians? Olympians? No. What are they called? Mr. Olympias. Yeah. Even like Mr. Olympias, they have, like, what do you call them? Coaches, strength coaches. They'll have like nutritionists as well. They'll have people literally guiding them. Oh no, what do you call it? It's like a spotter. Yeah, yeah. I don't know how I forgot that. But they'll also have spotters, literally making sure that they can lift the weight, in case anything bad happens. Like, even the most elite fighters, even the most elite like athletes will still have some sort of like corner. But to be able to visualize all of that will help you mentally prepare for it, okay? Because combat sports, no matter how much you train, no matter how hard you train, okay, no matter how much you bleed, no matter how much you sweat, no matter how much you try to like diet, and you still like, you're still so hungry every day, but you still need to like try to hit your target weight so you can weigh in at the correct weight. If you're not mentally prepared, everything is going to be a lot worse for you. I cannot understate that for you. Much worse. And it's not even a hard thing to do. Just visualize. Prepare your mind like you are preparing your body for the ring. Okay? Do that. And I promise you're gonna have a lot more fun in the ring. I promise you. You will be in a lot more control. Okay? Because you could also, this is what I did. You could literally visualize, oh, my opponent, this is like his first fight as well. So like, he's going to be full of adrenaline as well. So he's going to try to rush for you. He's going to try to go for a knockout. So I'm just going to prod at him, keep him at a distance, make him aggravated. Okay? By doing that, you're going to look a lot better. I'm pretty sure this applies for most sports. Muay Thai is point-based, but it's also, it's a bit weird. It's kind of about aura. If you look less tired than your opponent, you actually can win the round. Right? If both opponents have kicked each other a lot, but you seem more tired, then you're gonna lose that round. If you don't seem as tired, you will win the round. It's literally just about aura. One of the reasons why I love this sport is like, just you have aura and you win. That's kind of cool. Just shadowboxing is an incredible tool. It's free. You literally don't need any equipment. You can do it anywhere. It doesn't make you sweat. So technically you don't even need to change. You can literally do it in the morning while you're preparing for your breakfast. Like, literally what I'll do when I wake up, I usually have like Greek yogurt with some berries in it, maybe a bit of like, I sometimes put honey, but my honey's like set, so I threw it out because I didn't want to heat it up in plastic. So I use like lemon curd. Highly recommend, by the way, if you want to be like healthy but still have like really nice breakfast, I would suggest adding in lemon curd into your Greek yogurt. Fantastic. Like, lemon curd yogurt is great, but you can just add in a lemon curd from like the jar straight into the yogurt, and it's like barely a difference. It's great. Okay. Yeah, I kind of went to a different point there. What was I saying? Basically, just visualize. Prepare yourself mentally, like how you're preparing yourself physically for this war that you are about to embark on. Okay? Very simply. Because your opponent, he might be doing the same thing. Assume you're going against Mike Tyson. Alright? He did his coach, Customato. If you've heard about him, you would have known he basically put him through hypnosis, okay? Making him believe, like, with all of his heart, that he was going to become world champion, that it was inevitable. And he became, again, world champion, and not just a world champion, but a world champion at the youngest age. I think he became heavyweight champion of the world at 19, known as Kid Dynamite. Okay? Mindset is such a massive thing. Obviously, work ethic while you're training is super important. Okay? Train hard, train smart, okay? And just literally just shadowbox, man. Shadowbox. Hopefully this is helpful. If it was, you can subscribe to see more videos like this. Bye bye.